Awesome. Nice having you, Tim. Cool. And Davis, who are you and what do you do?
I am Ed Davis. I'm the founder and writer at Finish Line Comics. We publish a few series, Immortal Era and Corruptor, a one-shot coming out, Floaters, and I also host 2 different shows per week. I have a music show every Wednesday where we talk about new albums we've never heard of and kind of tear into them and give histories of bands and things like that. And then this one that we're about to start, Saturday Morning Comic Talk, is my other show where I just interview creators. I throw weird questions at them and we just have a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what we do. So thank you for having me.
Yeah. Awesome. Ready
to
roll?
Go for it. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comic Talk. This is a show where I talk with top indie creators about whatever the heck I thought up in the middle of the week. So I know Jesse's been here before, and I deliberately, Greg, did not put a music question because I know you do not like the music question. So I left that one out, and I'll throw these random ones, and he's like, I don't know, Blink-182. So good enough. So yeah, then we got into, here I intruded on your last show and brought in a whole musical discussion, but that's fine. So today I made it kind of easy. We're going to be talking, we've already done introductions, so that part is over, and we're going to be talking Thanksgiving. This is kind of when we get close to a holiday, we do a holiday show. So we're doing our Thanksgiving dinner draft. So we're going to draft what we think are the best foods. We're going to curate the perfect Thanksgiving meal and see what things are left. So if someone drafts the one that you wanted, that's okay. Draft it again because we want to see what lands as the best possible Thanksgiving meal going from start to top. So we'll start at the bottom with just kind of a pre-snack. What's the thing if you're going to be having a Thanksgiving dinner at your family's house or at your house, what are you going to have before the dinner? Maybe that mid-afternoon watching football food. So we'll just kind of go through the list. So Jesse, what are you going to pick for your pre-snack for Thanksgiving?
Generally, for pre-snacks, at least with this kind of stuff, I kind of like a cheese board with various jams, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I'd probably go for.
Yes, I love that one. That like the charcuterie. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Charcuterie board. Yeah, like with the cheese and the like salamis and crackers and all that good stuff. So I'll put that as
the good thing is you can theme up the sauces and the jellies and jams and stuff like that. So you can have something that has a Thanksgiving Day palette to it.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. That's a good pick. All right, so Greg, what are you picking for your pre-snack?
Well, this year, because now I do Thanksgiving at my house. We don't really do appetizer stuff because nobody really eats that. But I would literally do the exact same thing if I did. So
all right. So the charcuterie board, or however you pronounce
charcuterie,
it.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
All right, charcuterie. So there we go. The charcuterie board is now got 2 votes. So there we go. All right. So Dylan, what are you going to pick for your pre-snack?
I might have to just go with the charcuterie board as well. I normally do cheese and meat, with like that. Like we just had something yesterday, 2 days ago. What was it? It was meat and cheese. Like, was it the summer sausage, a couple specialty cheeses, and it was a spicy honey mustard, which was like spicy honey Dijon mustard. That was awesome. Fantastic.
That's awesome.
So there we go. And Brian, what are you going to vote for your pre-snack?
Take a guess.
Is it charcuterie board for the sweet?
Charcuterie board. Though on my end, so I don't usually have a choice in the matter. I always go to relatives' places, and they,
Okay.
And usually it's a charcuterie board. And this year was the I had my fill of 2 different types of crackers and grapes, and they also would put out a little bit of a side of like a treat, like 2 chocolatey treats. Sometimes it's fudged. One of them today was like I think it's called like snow caps. It's like one of those snow caps kind of candies.
Yeah.
So I picked around a little bit at each of those.
Okay. Yeah. And we did, because I hosted Thanksgiving here this year, and we did the charcuterie board for our appetizer. So yeah, that's a clean sweep.
Just a good way to make everyone happy, you know? Everyone can have whatever they want.
Yeah. We had, like you said, like we had the summer sausage, we had salami, we had 4 different types of cheese, and then the sauce, we had a kind of a sweeter one and a spicier one, because I like the spicier stuff. And yeah, you get a little variety, and it's fun. And I kind of went for a spicier turkey this year, so the spicy sauce kind of matched with the turkey that I was making. So all right, we have our pre-snack. It was a clean sweep. I think the big debate's going to hit when we get to the sides and the main courses. And I know I was reading someone's Facebook wall, and they were saying that like the only pre-snack that matters is deviled eggs. And I'm like, not in my house. Nope. Okay. I can't imagine I mean, I don't mind deviled eggs, but you're going to be wolfing down so much food on Thanksgiving. Do you want to start with eggs? I don't know. And if you're a deviled egg person, then more power to you.
I don't know. I need some of those deviled eggs. I love eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but I think on Thanksgiving I eat too much food, and the base in my stomach should not be, an egg thing. So that was me, and that, you know what? No one brought it up, so the charcuterie board for the easy win. And that's the thing, is it's every charcuterie board can look different and still be amazing. And just I'll go visit houses and eat them all. I'm ready. So Merry Christmas. Oh, early, but hey, Merry Christmas. We'll do a Christmas show on Saturday Morning Comic Talk. It's going to be December 20th, and we're going to be kind of going through the Christmas movie. We're going to be doing almost like our Christmas movie draft and seeing what we do. What's the best Christmas movie? What's the worst Christmas movie? And is Die Hard a Christmas movie? The question I like to ask every year. I mean, pre-spoilers, yes, but that's just my opinion. I like when people say no, because I'm like, let's hear it. This is a good time for a debate.
Jingle all the way. There you go.
All right. So
Gremlins? Is Gremlins a Christmas movie, ain't it?
I would say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I vote yes. I mean, I just, what, if it comes to me where I just say, like with Home Alone, if Home Alone is a Christmas movie, yes, it's jolly, it's got that music and all, but it's just a home invasion movie in the end. But we can call them all Christmas movies.
I would argue that it's got Christmas as its central theme, though.
Except Home Alone 3
you can
takes
say
place
that
in January, so
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But in the end, we'll save that for December 20th. And let's see. We're going now to our second pick, and that is the side. What is your perfect side? Now we're moving to the dinner table. What's the side that you're going to put on there? So, Jesse, what side are you putting on the dinner table?
For me personally, the one I would take is a good solid green bean casserole.
All right.
I love green beans, and man, you get it in there with some bacon and some cheese on top. Yeah, you got me. It's a good one.
Yep, that is good stuff. We had that on the table. I think me and my wife were the only ones that liked it, but since we're hosting, it's like, you know what? We're gonna make it, because if I'm cooking all the food anyway. Well, actually, my daughter really stepped up. She did a lot of stuff. That you're going to have the stuff you like. So those were 2 that I put in there. So yeah, green bean casserole, I say good one, but I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the easy sweep that we had on the last time. So Greg, what's your top side?
Mashed potatoes.
All right. So mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Also, you can't go wrong with that. If they're done right. If someone doesn't know how to cook them, it's dreadful, but I guess that goes with any of the food you put on the Thanksgiving table. Dry ass turkey's never delicious. So yeah, so mashed potatoes. I'm writing it down. So far, it's not going to be the easy win. And then what are you going to put on the table, Dylan? What's your perfect side?
I'm going to have to say stuffing or dressing, depending on what part of the country you're from.
Okay.
especially because there's so many varieties. They've got some with like cranberries in it. They got some with more onions in it. Some with
Yeah, you can get a sweet or savory on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Either like any of them. Like all of them are good.
Yeah, you don't lose either way. All right, so there we go. We got no consensus, but that's all right. We'll just put them all on the table in the end. All right, so Brian, what are you putting on the table? What's your top pick?
Oh, my top pick. All right, 'cause I usually put everything on there except for squash. So I think maybe my top pick, if mashed potatoes is considered the side and not, I think I'll probably do mashed potatoes with gravy. Stuffing is up there. It's close to it for me.
Wait. What would mashed potatoes be considered if otherwise?
It's just for Thanksgiving, I always considered mashed potatoes as part of the main thing.
Okay,
that's just
they're not their main course side. Okay, that
like you can't not have mashed potatoes.
That was just me. It's like I don't know, but yeah, it does make more sense to consider as a side though. For sure. I guess I'll consider that. So mashed potatoes and a close second would probably be stuffing for me.
Okay, so mashed potatoes, stuffing. Yeah, for me, I'm going outside the box again and throw another one that people don't have, and I'll do mac and cheese.
I was about to say, I bet he's going to say mac and cheese.
I never did that, but I actually was thinking of doing it.
Mac and cheese is great for a side. I don't think it's a necessity. There we go.
No.
But it's a nice extra add-on.
Yeah, and the thing is, the everything that was picked, we had on our table. So they're all sides that we like. The mac and cheese was the only one that was kind of non-traditional, but my daughter was saying, I really want to make mac and cheese, and I'm never going to say no to a good homemade mac and cheese. So
yeah,
she put that out, and we did have green bean casserole. We had mashed potatoes, we had stuffing, we had mac and cheese, and then we had the bread rolls, which that with the cranberry sauce. So it made for
cranberry sauce. I didn't even think about that. That might be the one. It's funny. I eat that last, so I always think of it like the little mini dessert before the pie.
Yeah. We didn't do desserts, but I think. Yeah, we can add desserts after this.
Oh, we can definitely do desserts.
We got to add desserts, but now you'll just be put on the spot. You didn't have your time to think about that one. But now we're moving into the main courses. So you know what? I say screw it. We're curating a perfect meal, so why not have them all on the table? Because I did this year. I mean, you're not going to have to pick just one, but as far as the top, I guess mashed potatoes wins with 2 votes, and everything else has just 1 vote. So. Yeah, that's still a good victory for mashed potatoes because everybody has their favorite side, and mashed potatoes, like you said, it just seems it needs to be there.
So I'll complicate this. What specific type of mashed potatoes then?
What do you mean,
How are they being prepared? How are they being prepared?
I don't. Yeah, I like a good amount of variety of mashed potatoes. Give me the ones with the red skins in them and lumpy, or give me the smooth ones with butter. I'm good.
Like whipped. Yeah,
I like the smooth, the whipped, and you throw in a little bit of like a block of cream cheese to give it that kind of cheesy flavor, and then we threw some sprinkled some cheese onto the top of it, so we made kind of a cheesy mashed potato, which is good. But you could do like the red skin one with the skin kind of hanging out in there.
Sprinkle some pepper on there too, maybe.
Yes,
that's crazy. I just use it to scoop up the gravy. You're going hardcore with this. That's why I go with the dressing. It already has all those seasonings.
Sure.
Jesse just had to mix it up. Like, all right, you mashed potatoes, but you got to be more specific. Like, not because I guess like the charcuterie tray, it can look a lot of different ways.
You should call this episode "Food Fight."
Food Fight. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because like I'm not a big fan of the whipped mashed potatoes, like the super just creamy, like you sprinkle it out of a powder. Like I don't like that stuff. I like the stuff with the skin, chunky, like that kind of stuff. More so.
That's good.
Yeah,
especially when you get the chunky mashed potato stuff. It just complements the smooth gravy that goes over it too. So
brown or white.
I did brown. Or usually what my relatives give out is usually around brown gravy.
Yeah, I'm into the brown gravy as well.
Yeah, that's what we did, brown gravy for ours when we made it here. I mean, I'm not a big gravy person, and I'm gonna just fully admit I make it straight from the packet. We don't do it fancy. I know some people put a lot of effort into it, but I put the effort into something else. I'm like, the gravy is just to sprinkle, like to maybe dip your bread in if you don't want the cranberry sauce, but to put over your mashed potatoes. So the gravy's so secondary that I make it the lazy man's way, and it tastes just fine. But when I pick the packet, it's the brown gravy packet.
It's funny because I get turkey gravy and you guys are like brown or white, and I'm like, I don't know, the one that's made from meat.
Yeah, the giblet gravy.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Giblet gravy. I know my dad makes that, and I kept the giblets and asked him when he got here, like, hey, you want to make the giblet gravy? And he was just happy not to have to cook anything and let me do all the work. So he's like, nope, the packet's just fine, because I know that was one of his favorite things. All right. So now we're moving into the main course. So this is what you would prefer. Now, we'll see if we can get a consensus of what the victor is in this one. But what are you going to pick, Jesse, for your main course? And I know because you told me yesterday, but let everybody else know. What's your top main
it's
course?
ham. It has to be ham. I'm not going to try and eat dry-ass turkey.
Blasphemy. That just means you have a chef who can't cook turkey. That's all.
No, it's always dry.
A lot of times it's out of your control, and you go over someone's house and they make that turkey. Maybe it's not Griswold bad where it's like you're crunching on it, but it could be dry in its best state. It can still be dry. So yeah,
gravy.
That's why you get a cup of water and you dip the turkey in the cup of water.
Let me just put it this way. It's like the chances of there being a dry turkey is so much greater than it is to ever have a dry ham. Like, I don't even know if that's possible.
I can live that happening.
I mean, I would say anything is possible with a bad cook, but it's a lot harder. It takes a level of ineptitude that's not normally seen on a Thanksgiving table to dry out a ham.
I was gonna say it's probably a level of neglectfulness.
Yeah, like they got a little too wasted watching the football game, and the ham is now dry.
I'm gonna say about as neglectful as Home Alone's mom. You know.
Yeah. You got to be Kevin's mom level neglectful to mess a ham up. All right, so Brian, what's your pick for this one?
Well, you see, I like turkey, but and even if it's dry, that's why I put gravy on my turkey if for that kind of stuff too. I think it juices up a little bit, but yeah, my preference is ham, and particularly with my how my mom cooks it. She bakes ham with pineapple juices and all that, and puts in some cloves in between the slices of ham, and
hell yeah,
incredible!
That's awesome.
That's a good. That sounds like a good ham. But let's see. We know where Dylan's gonna go. So all right, Dylan, what's your pick?
All right, real quick, ham, just to clarify, is for Easter and Christmas. That's it.
And
Christmas
pizza.
Gets both turkey and ham. Easter gets ham. Thanksgiving gets turkey. That is how the world is set. Anything that says is blasphemy. But yeah, no, definitely turkey. Yeah, bunch of. I didn't know I was in a room full of serial killers.
I mean, you have met me, so I don't know. I haven't picked them. I'm gonna.
I said a room full of them, not one of them.
You didn't know that I brought that the other guests I invited were the same. I had to find a hive mind of ham.
And what about Greg?
All right, Greg. So what are you gonna pick?
No, I have a
turkey because I know how to make it.
Yeah.
Burn.
Or human meat.
Human meat. Yeah, there's the serial killer. The other one in the room. But he's like,
the liver, perhaps. I don't know.
Taco Bell.
Heard good things.
Yeah, turkey. Yeah, mine wasn't dry. I know that.
Well, I mean, yeah. And my turkey was a beautiful turkey, and it was like you could put it on a postcard. It was that good, and it wasn't dry. But I'll still take my ham over it. But you know what? I'm gonna pick something else because I saw them selling it at the supermarket and offering it as a meal, and it was prime rib, and I'm like, damn, I want prime rib on the table. So I mean, I didn't
prime
cook
rib is for 4th of July. What is with this room?
4th of July. That's for hamburgers and hot dogs on 4th of July.
Yeah.
No, that's Memorial. That's Memorial Day. You guys are getting this all messed
up.
Wow.
All right, so Dylan is the holiday. He's the holiday gatekeeper over here.
He's a cheermeister.
And he's gonna tell us. So I don't know. I mean, I think the world's gonna fight you on the 4th of July being for prime rib, just because I'm not going to serve as many people as come because they do fireworks right next door to my house.
So
we get a big crowd. We have a pool. I'm not going to serve all those fuckers prime rib. I can't afford that.
All right, fine. It's Veterans Day only if you have a veteran.
Veterans Day, fine. All right, we can do make prime rib for Veterans Day.
Look,
Because
we
when
can
it
have
was
a
on sale, I grabbed one and put it in the freezer, and I'll probably use it for Christmas. I don't know, Dylan. What am I supposed to cook on Christmas?
Christmas is both turkey and ham because it's a much larger gathering, and you give people the choice. Yes.
No.
Okay, well, we did turkey and ham for Thanksgiving, and I think they ended up in a dead heat tie. And I picked prime rib just to keep them in a tie so we can put them both on the table.
That way,
no one's going to pick prime rib, but
You know-
I would just eat it. I would rather eat that than some people's turkey. Now, good turkey, if it's done right, it's tasty, but a bad turkey, there's probably no worse meat you could throw on the table than a bad turkey, because all the gravy in the world isn't going to make your mouth not start drying up like you're chewing on a sponge.
Wait, real quick. I think
eat a bad turkey.
All of the white and brown gravy might not do that, but real gravy will definitely make dry turkey juicy.
See, now you want to put more effort on me. I was already smoking a turkey. I had to wake up super early in the morning. I did a smoke.
He's like, I woke up at 8 a.m. now.
No, for me, shit, that would feel.
You smoked a turkey. How big was it? What was the size?
It was a 23 pounder. So, yeah, I was up around 6 to get
I was
the
gonna say
coals,
6. Yeah,
to get the coals up, and we had brined it the day before. So, yeah, I mean, if you do the turkey right, it's good. And when I cut into the turkey and it was just the juiciest thing, people were impressed because most of the people who came hadn't had my cooking before. So it's like, yeah, I won't mess up a turkey, but I would have that prime rib. I kept seeing it at Stater Brothers. I'm like, damn, that's a good thought. I want to throw that on the table next year too. Like, I'll have all three because why not? It's like I mean, granted, it's going to get way more expensive because we did the charcuterie tray as well. And by the time you're done with all that, Thanksgiving's going to end up running you $400. But then more people will want to come to the house. And yeah, I'll save the hamburger. It'll be hamburgers and hot dogs for Thanksgiving if we get too big of a crowd.
More people at my house? That sounds like a negative, honestly.
No, I don't want it. I'm like, I'm happy with the crowd I had this year. I don't need to double it if people start saying that the food is good. Because we did a launch party years ago for my book. I think it was probably 2020 is the last time we did one. And we had done 2 or 3 before, and people got wind of my salmon being really good. So next thing you know, I'm buying 4 salmons, and that shit is not cheap. And the people devoured it like hogs. I'm like, man, people, you're gonna eat me out of house and home because like I made a brisket, I made pulled pork, and they're all just diving in for the salmon. I'm like, there's other meat, people. You can eat that too. You don't have to eat the one that's costing me $20 a pound, but they did. And we cooked 4, and they were still gone in less than 5 minutes. So yes, I have a reputation.
All of that. Oh, I'll stuff my face with all of it.
Oh, some people did. Like I did. I had a plate full of all this smoked meat. So then it's kind of like my wife said, all right, we're doing these lunch parties for your book, and we're spending so much money on food. We're not making any money on the book. So do we want to continue doing lunch parties where you spend $500 on food and you make $300 in comic sales? So
nice.
I said, we just think of it as a really expensive Comic-Con table, and we get to eat better. So
maybe you can charge people at the door. Like you coming in,
yeah.
$5.
Your entry fee is you're buying a trade. I already have no.
You buy a comic and get a dinner.
Yeah. If you buy a floppy, you get 1 slice of meat. If you buy a trade, you can get you can pick 3. And if you buy nothing, I got some hot dogs.
You gotta do it like donations. Panda Express, where it's like 1 entree and 2 sides, or 1 entree and 2 sides, and it's like depends on how many series you get.
That's how much you buy. Yeah, if you buy 1 of each book, then you get that. And let's say you own them all, buy some variants. I got those too. Yeah. I got shit for you. Buy it, and then you can upgrade your meal based on that. Because I had good sides as well. So yeah, the last launch party we did, it was so much food. I was cooking for 2 days to get that ready, and yeah, people loved it. But yeah, next time the admission is based on that. Like you came in and you bought Immortal Era 1, you get a hot dog and a bun. That's it. You bought the
You
tray.
can't for Venmo?
There'll be varied tables that based on what you bought. Like, okay, this is the
VIP
table
section.
of this is the floppy table, this is the tray table, this is the I bought a variant table, this is I bought a graded book table. So yeah.
It's like the salmon, probably. Primary.
Yeah. Yeah, you want the salmon, you got to own a graded copy of one of my books, or at least the hardcover trade. So it's like, yes, you got it's based on something. Because yeah, the one I had a couple people, they came, they bought nothing, and they ate like fucking pigs. So yes. All right, not to disparage my guests, but buy something. Come on, comics aren't cheap, and neither was that food.
Yep.
All right. But yes, I've gone on a tangent. And if anyone tunes into my show, you know tangents are part of the norm. I don't stay focused. I have the ADHD brain that moves in a varying pathway on a dirt road. So welcome. And now I'm doing it to Seer Nova Comic Con. And my apologies. All right. So with that said, our second topic, I only picked two because I want to make sure that we have time to talk about our campaigns that are live or in.
What about the dessert?
Oh, dessert. You're right. We did not pick a dessert. Dylan, thank you. Dessert is the bonus category. So we'll go quickly. Okay. Jesse, what is your go-to dessert?
Sweet potato casserole.
Ooh.
Dessert? That's a side.
It's a side.
I don't know.
If cranberry sauce can be considered a dessert, then I'm pretty sure.
No, that's the pre-dessert side. That's all that is.
I don't know. That could be a post-dessert. That could be a post-dinner side / dessert. I'm here for that.
There can be dessert. There can be dessert and second dessert.
Yeah.
11sies, you know.
All right, I'm going to allow it as the food fight host. We're gonna let Jesse's sweet potato casserole, because it is so sweet. It does kind of move into dessert-like category, especially if people put the marshmallows on top and all that.
I put it right before the cranberry sauce when I eat. You know what I mean? I eat in like order of like savoriness to sweetness, and then when I'm all done, then I can get the actual dessert.
Okay. All right. But Dylan, we know that Dylan is the holiday master, and he's, he controls things. So Dylan, what is the right choice? What is the right Thanksgiving dessert choice?
Pecan pie. That is
yes.
choice. Yes.
Pecan
pumpkin pie is an acceptable answer, but it's the incorrect.
It's acceptable. It's not for 4th of July.
I hate pumpkin pie.
It's not for anything.
No, see, apple pie. Apple pie is more 4th of July. That's because that's a
No, that makes sense.
American pie, like that's what that's all about.
I understand that. Yeah, so I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's not the pie. Pecan pie is not even the best pie. The best pie is strawberry rhubarb pie, but the appropriate and best holiday Thanksgiving pie is pecan pie.
Yeah, and Dylan has us. Dylan, he comes in and keeps us straight on what we should be serving on the right holidays. Except you come over my house and pay for the prime rib on 4th of July. I'm not going there. All right, so Greg, what are you picking for yours?
I had pecan pie for the first time ever yesterday, and that's amazing. Okay. But
it is good.
If it's not that, then like chocolate pie.
Okay.
You can pick pecan pie.
Yeah, but pecan pie is that's probably like number one.
All right.
Okay, so it's moved in. So pecan pie has a second vote.
Is it pecan or pecan?
Pecan, I don't know. We're mispronouncing it. Someone in the chat's going to yell at us.
We're
Let's
not
get in a fight.
Shallow and pedantic.
I'm just stirring the waters.
Yes. All right. So Brian, what are you picking?
So I'm a fiend. I pick one of everything.
Okay.
But I guess out of my favorites I usually have. So my favorite dessert typically is cheesecake. So that's how I would go for.
Cheesecake for Thanksgiving. The Christmas
fancy.
Could you do a pumpkin
cheesecake is good for every holiday? I don't care what you say, Dylan. I love cheesecake, especially the good stuff. Not the. My dad would sometimes get the stuff from Market Basket or something like that round table thing. It's whatever, but like I'm talking good stuff, the good friggin' cheesecake from
a
bakers.
Proper homemade cheesecake, which is not an easy one to pull off. I make my mom a couple cheesecakes, and my wife makes a good one, but I had to bake her one for her birthday, and they are not easy. I can see why people just go to the store and buy a mediocre one because it's a lot less time and effort. But all right, so you got chocolate pie. I'm gonna throw in. He said the sweet potato casserole, but I like a sweet potato pie. Those are good as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's an acceptable answer too. That's up there with pumpkin pie.
Okay, so
Ugh,
pumpkin
God.
pie.
Oh,
I like pumpkin pie. I know some people don't, but
No.
sweet
Ugh.
potato pie, I had never had one until recently. But one of the coaches that I coach with in track and cross country, that's his business. He owns a business that makes sweet potato pie, and he puts them in the packages and sends them out to stores and everything too. And he brought them to one of the potlucks, but of course not the ones that he packaged to sell, but brand new fresh ones. I'm like, damn, my life has changed right now. That is an amazing thing. So, and it's acceptable on the Dylan scale of holiday food. So I'll bring it in. But you know what? We pecan pie wins by a slim margin, kind of like the mashed potatoes did. But I say serve them all. Once again, we're curating the perfect Thanksgiving, and if someone doesn't want one of these, they can eat the other thing. So there we go. Our perfect.
Jesse doesn't
It's
want
like,
it.
if they don't want that, they
And
can
if-
politely leave.
Yeah, they can go somewhere else. All right,
If you,
so
you need a dessert, Ian, I'll eat that too. You know,
yeah.
I love them.
So here we go. Our perfect curated Thanksgiving starts with a charcuterie tray sometime around the first football game. Then we go with a green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and mac and cheese for the side. And that was my literal table. Those were our sides. So
Right.
I approve of this. And Dylan, do we approve of those sides?
Indeed.
And then we have ham and turkey. I'm going to take my prime rib out of the mix, even though I would just take it because I like prime rib. I mean, I don't care what holiday it is. If I could afford it, I'll do it on 4th of July as well. But also, I cook that in the oven, and I don't want to have to cook anything in the oven on 4th of July when it's 110 out here. So,
Yeah.
yes. Ham and turkey, they're good inside ones, even though it was 85 in California. So it wasn't really great cooking inside weather, but I did both of those on the smoker outside. So we didn't have to heat up the house. And then desserts, we got sweet potato casserole, sweet potato pie, pecan pie, and chocolate pie. So we are going to be, and cheesecake.
No, cheesecake, not the chocolate pie for me. It was cheesecake.
All right. So not the chocolate pie for you, cheesecake for
cheesecake.
you. And we'll make it pumpkin spice so it passes Dylan's approval. And all right. So Greg, I'm going to ask you this since you are our host master. Do we have time for question number 2, or do we want to go into our campaign talk?
I don't know, Dylan. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, one second. I'm pulling it up now to see the times we got going on here. There we go. What are we looking at? Yeah, we could do it. I think we could do it.
All right, we'll make it quick. This one's just a simple question with one answer, not like the Thanksgiving Day draft. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this because I'm curious because this will always be my post Thanksgiving show question. I want to see how does a different group of people change the answers to this. I don't think it'll change a lot for the main course, but we'll see. But enough about that. Let's talk about. There's not a lot to choose from, but what is your favorite Thanksgiving entertainment? We're talking movie, special, show. What is the thing that you need to watch to get you in that I want to eat turkey kind of mood? So, Jesse, what is your favorite Thanksgiving entertainment?
Oh man. That is not a question I was prepared to answer. Because quite frankly, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so for me it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that has tied me to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I do like so if I had to watch something, it would probably be one of the Thanksgiving episodes from either like G.I. Joe or something like that. That's generally what I gravitate towards during this time of year. Other than that, it's just I look at it's 11 more months to Halloween. Like that's all I consider.
I'm with you on that. Yeah,
Halloween
it's not
gang,
a
let's
lot
go.
great, but yeah, good Thanksgiving episodes from shows you like are always good because it's just the show you like, and you throw a little Thanksgiving theme in the end where the Joes got to tell us what they're thankful for. We've defeated Cobra and his plans to, thwart the weather or whatever it may be. Let's give thanks. So there you go.
Oh yeah, Roadblock's cooking, man. Like it's gonna be good.
Yes. So there we go.
Not a
G.I.
dry
Joe,
turkey for sure.
yes, he will not dry it out. So G.I. Joe Thanksgiving, that's our pick. So Brian, what are you going to pick for this one?
So shout out to my sister Katie who's watching right now. Hello, Katie. There's one movie I can think of, and I do love it. So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is my
Yes, that's the only answer.
yeah. That's my jam. It's real funny. I love it.
That's my
It's
favorite
great.
movie of all time.
It's awesome.
It is one we put on every Thanksgiving because there's not a lot that we reach for every Thanksgiving. Now I got to reach out for the G.I. Joe one because I think I could enjoy that more than the Peanuts, because the Peanuts Thanksgiving is not amazing. So I don't know. If you love it, good for you, but it is, you could tell Charles Schultz was kind of running out of ideas, and they're like, quick, we need a Valentine and Thanksgiving episode. And he's like, I got nothing. Like, just write some shit. We'll be happy. So.
Yeah, I almost watched that, and then I was like, oh, I have to subscribe to Apple TV. Nah, I'm okay.
Yeah. we got it in a Blu-ray box set years ago that had Christmas, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. So, of course, two of those discs are well worn, and one of them is barely played, and that would be the Thanksgiving special. Both of them. There's two of them on there. Neither are amazing. So, all right, Greg, what's your pick for this one? I think we know, but what is your pick for this one?
Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
All right, so Planes, Trains, Automobiles getting its second vote. And then, Dylan, what are you picking for this one?
And that is the only correct answer, is Plane, Trains, and Automobile. Of all the movies that are out there, like, there are Thanksgiving movies, but many of them are horror films and things like that. The only
like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's the Thanksgiving too. There's a bunch of them, but there's only one like real Thanksgiving movie that reminds you about family, and it's about actually Thanksgiving, and that is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yes.
Which kind of speaks volumes for the holiday too.
It really is.
Really one
movie.
That's like there's 8 million Christmas movies to pick from. Yeah. There's plenty of Halloween ones, although not a lot that actually take place on Halloween. If you look for that, your number shrinks significantly. There's some good ones. I mean, there's Halloween, there's Trick or Treat, there's Night of the Demons,
Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 3.
Like fill in the blank of the Halloween movies. They're pretty much all Halloween.
Oh, and then also Halloween, and then the next Halloween too.
The Rob Zombie reboot followed by the next reboot. But yeah, for me, I'll go with the horror movie Thanksgiving. I like that one. It's fun. It also it shows what is now going to be a dead tradition, and that's Black Friday. When people would storm and camp out. Now Black Friday is just the cyber thing where they give you really mediocre deals and try to pretend like they're good. Black Friday week. Like, no, I want to see tramplings. If it's not Black Friday, if someone isn't pushed into a fence.
Yeah,
we want violence on Black Friday.
I was on Amazon because I just was looking. I had it opened and I just was like, oh, I wonder if there's anything there. I have like a wish list of like tons of stuff just that I keep on there for like books and things like that. There was only a single one that was discounted more than normal because I look at them all the time. And it's so I picked it up because it was like $7. I was like, but other than that, it's like there's nothing else. There's no good deals on there of all this stuff that I normally look at. And then they're like. They're like, here's the new Aura ring for $300. I'm like, isn't the normal Aura ring $300? Like, yeah, but the new one's $400, so the discount can make it $300. And now it's a deal, and it's like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Lowe's did like an actual Black Friday thing, and that kind of made it kind of look like Black Friday for a minute.
Yeah.
Also, did they have the camping out people and all that stuff?
Yeah, they had camping out people in the freezing cold weather here. And
that's a proper Black Friday right
there. And no trampling though, no like murder or anything. But there was like a bucket, and so there was like 50 buckets or whatever, and if you picked one of the buckets, there's this golden ticket inside, and you get like a appliance or 2 appliances up to $2,000.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's cool.
So that is the coolest thing that any store has done in a couple years.
I was about to say, like, doing a giveaway is a good idea because then the store doesn't need to do a massive discount. But like Apple, for example, that was the other one that popped up was if you buy all the phones are full price. There's no sales right now on those. But if you get one of them, one of the newest ones, I think like 16 or newer, you can get like a $250 or up to a $250 gift certificate. So I'm assuming only if you buy like the most expensive one. But then you're getting a gift certificate that you're just going to give back to them anyway. So you're not saving any money at all. You're getting like an extra thing, maybe up to $250. But do you know what the problem is? Their cheapest new watch is probably $300. So you're still going to give them more cash. So yeah, it's pretty
Target's was like a tote bag with like a piece of gum, some makeup or something. I don't even know. There's like 4 different things, like a box of Uno cards.
Expired gifts.
I rush to the store for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, they were pretty weak, and I looked through. I mean, and I was looking through emails, hoping for some from a printer, but none popped up. So
Yeah, Comics Wellspring was too like busy with us. So.
Oh yeah, Comics Wellspring is also just like
you ruined Black Friday.
That's our bad, but no, they're also like doing like tons and tons. I don't know if you guys saw the.
I saw the email. Yeah, the what's going to be changing for the company.
There's so much stuff. They're going to have global discounted printing, and it's going to be awesome. So anybody who's doing Kickstarter, I'll give them a shout out since they are a sponsor. If you can see them going across the screen right now, no, they are definitely doing some crazy stuff. They're going to have print on demand. That's going to be one-off printing at almost normal printing rates, which is crazy. And they're going to be doing it globally, which means you could have someone in Australia pick up your stuff and get it without having to deal with tariffs or transfers or any of that stuff because you're selling it directly in the place, which is awesome.
It's giving away like global comics code stuff.
Totally. I have to. Oh yeah. If anybody wants there's a 7-day discount code at Global Comics. We get a 7-day, not discount. Sorry, it's like a 7-day free trial if you do SNCC 25. Yeah, SNCC 25. Greg, we should make a little banner for that so we can put that up on the screen. Because we also have a 1 year, 3 month, a couple of 3 months, and a couple of 1 month free. Free codes for Global Comics, but we're going to be doing those for the trivias when we do those later. I know this morning kind of got hijacked, but later we have 2 more trivia sessions today. So when we do those, we're going to pick some winners from those. Cool. And also, if Ed Davis is interested, I can share some of the other stuff later because I think you answered most of the questions this morning.
Yeah. So I think I won this morning, but that's okay because I infiltrated. I wasn't even supposed to be there, but
that's okay. None of us were supposed to be there. That was just mayhem.
Okay, yeah. And I came in and start like talking about music, and it's like, all right, what's this show even about? All right, it was
about music now.
It was, yeah. It became about the true definition of punk. So yes.
But now, all right. So now we can go into the everybody stuff.
All right. So Jesse. Can you drop your link into the chat so Greg can pull it up?
Sure. 1 second. Where'd it go? Oh boy.
Greg, do we have his QR code still?
Yeah, we have the QR code.
Team Strike. There it is. There's his QR code right there.
Yeah.
And then we have this Teen Strike reading floaters, our little cross promotional image. I think that was by yeah, Joe sent me that yesterday. I'm like, that is very cool. I will put it into my update so that's cool.
Anybody in the live streams, just scan that QR code up top and check out his that's the Kickstarter, right? Yeah, his Kickstarter.
Yeah. So for his Kickstarter, well, that's the Wretched.
Yeah, this Kickstarter feels a little different. It feels like Facebook absolutely did something and the reach is gone.
Yeah, it's
like if you post a link, it doesn't actually like it's not activated as a link, like an actual like hyper link. It's just like
they won't let you because I used to do I would do it at least once a week, like post your campaigns, let's share, and now they won't be a clickable link. So I have to then reshare everybody who posted it so that they can actually have people go click over to their link. So it's not great. So yeah, if you pull up Greg, can you pull up the Teen Strike campaign?
The other thing that I used to do is since my friend Joe helps me out with the social media aspect of it, I used to just go into the search and search for like Teen Strike, and then I would see all the posts and I'd just be like share and all this and that. Now they changed up the entire like search window too, so it's not easy to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bizarre. It makes me a little concerned for future stuff, but whatever, for me at least.
Yeah, it's a messy time. Hopefully it's not something that sticks, but they definitely don't make it easy to share anymore. All right, so tell us a little bit about Teen Strike so we know what's going on. Tell us about the story.
Well, Teen Strike is a very personal story of mine, written back in the 90s with my friends and I in high school. We used to get picked on a lot, and for liking comics back in the 90s, and that this was before Pokemon, so it wasn't like the cool thing to do, right? Anime, Toonami, all that stuff hadn't happened. So my friend Roy had started drawing us as superheroes, like beating up the bullies, and it kind of just spawned from that, little by little, turned into a story. Then just kind of put it away and kind of did things, kind of went along our ways. I went into an art career, other people just went on to their normal lives. But unfortunately in 2018 we had one of our friends that used to write it. He ended up passing away, and so in order to deal like with that, well, I was struggling to even process it. And then at the end of the day, I decided to go ahead and finish the story that we were doing. It's kind of a way to kind of like honor him and my friends, and try and show people like the kind of friendship that we had in high school. And it kind of, I decided to have one last adventure with him and some of my other friends, that I maybe don't talk to very much anymore, kind of thing. So the whole thing is about memories, and it's about it's superhero stuff, and it is definitely 90s inspired. It's very nostalgic. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's really good for that. But it's really about first love, social anxiety, having good friends, and what it means to keep them together, with the superhero stuff kind of moving it along in the background, putting them into different situations. And that's basically it. Chapters 5 and 6. We're working on 7 right now, and we should have 7 and 8. So all these are like 60-page books. They're dense reads. Chapters 7 and 8 plus the epilogue is going to be about 90 pages, and that basically terminates the very first story arc. And then we're going to jump into the second story arc, which is massive too. I mean, I'm going to do those as triple books, so each one of those is going to be like 90 to 120 pages each. And I'm trying to keep everything low. Like for a 60-page book, I'm charging like $15. Things are getting a little tough for people, I know. I've noticed it at some of the most recent comic conventions. So I'm fortunate enough to have a really good job to where I don't necessarily need to make a ton of money off of these things. So I offer all kinds of deals at shows and stuff, just trying to help people, because it's an escape for people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I like the
yeah.
character designs.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's based on my friends and I. A lot of this stuff is stuff that really happened to us, minus the superhero stuff. But there's a lot of, I took my high school career and my early college life and kind of mashed it together. And my real first girlfriend is the love interest in here, and every single person in there is a real person, that it's based off a real person, I should say. And I'm trying to theme it around a Toonami style, late 90s Cartoon Network style art direction.
Yeah, I love the art in that.
Oh, thank you. For my other books, I'm trying to do them as for my other books, I'm trying to do them in different styles. This one's getting the Toonami treatment. It's all about going to homecoming, and this is kind of where they meet the villain of this story arc. So they go off to have homecoming and dance. Yeah, that's my first girlfriend there. That's her actual homecoming dress from the photos that I have. And they go off and are having a great night, and then that's when shit hits the fan, if you can say. And
yeah,
kind of unites them all.
That's it's such a great like kind of like setup, because a prom night thing. It's it's such a great time. It's like a big moment for characters and stuff, and then boom, here's the villain.
Yeah, there's been building drama, and it's kind of one of those where you just kind of yell at the screen, and you're just like, why don't these characters actually talk, and or why are they keeping to themselves? And there's certain things to human nature that prevents people from talking, anxiety and all that stuff. But for the most part, when you're talking about characters that you're writing, you can make them do whatever you want. And so I kind of addressed that in the next issue. But basically, you spent the first 4 chapters kind of just building some of these main characters and doing uh, building up that drama, and this is where it all happens, and this is where they decide, hey, we got to put stuff aside, and we have to like get in there, right, and do that. Again, trying to keep everything as low cost as possible, while still making sense as well. Even though I have a great job, it's still it's still not really a business to me, but it's still something that helps me pay for other creative things that I do and stuff like that. For this one, I am doing for the first time, I'm doing I'll draw you in the next issue kind of thing, because since issue 8 technically is the final chapter of this story arc, they're going to have a big party at the end, and so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll draw some people into the crowds. So I'm doing that one in there for the join the party tier.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just draw people in there. I'm actually adding a couple pages to the end to accommodate the people that have backed it at that tier. So I didn't quite I just throw that out there, right? I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? And yeah, I didn't expect that people would actually do it. So I'm like, oh. So
So now you got to draw some people.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you have
get
such a
people.
reasonable price for that. There's people that charge a lot more. I mean, myself included, because my artist charges me a lot more to do it. I don't have the luxury of being an artist myself. So my tier was like 250, I think, when I did it. And it was a very morbid way to get in the book. So nobody was looking to be a decapitated head or being eaten by a cannibal. But your price makes it so manageable. I can see why people would be jumping all over it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like all the people I know are already in the book. So I was like, oh, well, can't really charge them to get in the book. So I was like, well, I gotta think about, like, what if my sister wants to be in there, or so I was like, it's just something that's short. I mean, my artist is gonna draw the pages anyways, so
Yeah.
it's just like, now I'm just gonna be like, draw this person, draw that person. So whatever. This helps.
All right. So Brian, let's bring Brian's up next. His is in pre-launch. So people, when it's in pre-launch, here's the thing: it costs you $0 to go and support a book. You click that follow button. Nothing. That's no obligation to back. It's not like when now the campaign's live and you got the goons coming to your door like, we see you follow this project. Where's your pledge? No pressure. We don't get a list of the people who are following a book. So please hit that follow button. I'm going to do it myself, so I practice what I preach. But Brian, let's hear about your book.
Okay.
And if you could pull it up, Greg.
Yeah.
And while Greg's pulling that up, if you want to start describing it, and then we'll pull it up.
Oh, okay. So The Wretched is a very big passion project of mine from 10 years ago. It's where I started first developing it. It's about these kids who are like, it takes place in a fictional kind of world that's like rife with disease. It's a little bit apocalyptic. It's kind of like a mix of medieval aesthetics with some like semblance of primitive electrical technology kind of with it. Because this world is happened upon by a mad scientist who's putting out these experiments of his. He experiments on people and makes them into these creatures called amalgams, which are creatures of animal, human, and machine. So my story follows these 4 kids who were once human, and there's a human girl on the right, all the way on the right side. But these kids were experimented on and turned into amalgams, and they do his bidding by going out and kidnapping humans to to have them be experimented on. But the story at its core is really about these kids trying to deal with their personal anxieties and learning how to be vulnerable, and trying to dealing with their own self-hatred, trying to figure out who they are. It's about these kids kind of growing and trying to deal with their other sides of themselves. So where humans, their shadows or their darker sides are There are other sides of humans are a lot darker. I like kind of comparing it a little bit with like Star Wars, I guess, in a little bit. Because with these guys, their shadows are their human selves. Like they're afraid of being human, and that's sort of what their journey is that it's like a very harsh journey of them being something that they don't like, which is being human. Yeah. Below
really good.
you'll see like a few different covers as well. You can read the first 40 pages for free on Global Comics. I'm attached to Rolling Squid Bones, and I also have it on my own thing. Those are my main cast. They were each kind of created for their own things. Malik. Those are kind of like my covers so far. There's going to be a fourth cover that's being made right now. You'll also see some sample pages further down below. Each cover is also a wraparound. It's the story is going to probably have about 4 arcs in it total. So I don't know, 20 to 25 issues, but it's going to be a lot about these kids trying to deal with their darker sides of themselves. They're more human aspects as well. I'm very excited. This is the first issue. The first book sort of is going to be 70 pages.
Yeah, that's a trade size first issue. I love that.
Yeah. It's also going to be translated into Spanish, as you saw there too. Those are some concept art. You'll see some like lampposts around there. You also see on the right side is and forests are kind of infected a little bit. It's a very harsh kind of world. I think my tagline above was like, these kids are dealing with anxiety and cruelty in a hostile kind of world. I'm very happy about this. A lot of people are really excited about it, and
it looks great.
It's awesome. I'm following now.
Yeah, I'm following. And when's the projected launch date?
I'm hoping for April of next year.
Okay.
I am new to this, so I'm kind of very, I'm not great at projecting as much because I don't have that kind of experience yet. But it's looking like the book will be done probably by February. So my Kickstarter's goal is going to only cover printing costs.
Yes.
And so if it's done by February and I'm still developing the Kickstarter, I think it's kind of almost done. I'm waiting for rewards and stuff to kind of come in, and April's looking like a pretty good date, but We'll see.
All right. Well, when it gets live, definitely let me know and we'll get you back on the show. And what I tell people is every week it's different. So if you come back on, don't expect to have to answer the same questions. In April, we will not be talking about Thanksgiving. We'll be talking about the Easter feast, and Dylan will come and make sure that we're on task. All right.
Indeed.
So Greg and Dylan, you got a book. Let's hear about that one.
Yeah. Ink. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. It's a tattoo artist, and he gets superpowers. We're gonna talk about it again later today. So yeah, you should back it.
That's fantastic.
You should. I love ink. If you go onto my YouTube channel, I'm gonna share this later today. I did a review of Ink #1 on my book break reviews, where we do 1-minute reviews of books, very quick and to the point. And it was one of the books that I really enjoyed. Book break kind of stopped because people were submitting books that were not amazing. And I don't want to ever talk shit about an indie creator because I know the amount of effort it takes to get a book out on the table. And I'm never here to disparage another creator. But that being said, I can't hype up something that I don't feel is actually great. But Ink was no issue. I was able to talk about it. It's a great book. I own all the floppies, but it's like Greg's probably making me thinking you need a trade so you could read it and not damage your floppies that you want to send off to CGC and get graded. So, yes. Yeah. So, I guess I have a book if you don't mind popping it up real quick.
Wait, what's the link to Ink?
Oh, link to Ink. I put all 3 links.
It's the QR code too.
They're all in the chat. I put them in my chat. So the link to Ink is Greg would have to share them, but they're all in the chat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, I see it in the
Right there.
regular
One
chat.
second, I got it.
Yeah, I put them in the standard chat.
Yeah, I already put the QR code up there. The QR code for Ink's up there now. I just want to show it real
Okay.
quick, and then I'll switch over to.
Oh, floaters.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I gotta
No, I'm gonna switch.
back and follow all of you guys.
I got back to yours, Jesse.
Ink. I want to get my hand. I want to get my hands on the volume 1 of that ink for sure. I would love to read it. And my art guy, Adam Fields, he's a part of it. He is, isn't he?
Yeah, he does ink and scales, which he's going to be doing the second issue of scales next year after school ends, because he's busy during. He has a life, I guess.
How dare they?
Yeah, we're not making things easier for him.
Yeah. We just do
can't
it
pay a living
while
wage,
he's at
so-
work. Like what he could do is he could be like, all right, class, so you guys are going to draw ink.
Yeah.
And then you just yeah.
Yeah. Get his kids to draw the pages.
Make his own college sweatshop.
Exactly.
Man, that temporary tattoo is a good idea.
Yeah. All right, let me try to share this real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it up. My computer's cooking itself.
Probably because you have 20,000 tabs up.
I'm
Hey,
also
somebody has to.
I'm also a sucker for stickers, so thanks for having one there.
That's one of the rewards I need to. I'm gonna be commissioning for this month too.
Floaters. Yeah.
All right.
I can't
So
wait.
let's talk about Floaters. Floaters is also kind of like Jesse's. It's a personal story, but in a different way. This story was conceived when I was in a hospital waiting room. I was in a 2-day span where I had developed so many eye floaters that it was obstructing about 40% of my visual field.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I was sitting in this emergency room in a panic because I have a brother who went completely blind. He lost all of his eyesight. So anytime something starts happening with the eyes, you get that panic. Like, what if it's genetic? What if this is going to happen to me? So I'm sitting in this hospital waiting room and I asked the nurse, she said, "What can I get you?" I said, "Please just get me a pad of paper. I need to just kind of tell a story that's developing in my head." The story hatched the previous night when I left the emergency room and was attacked by a homeless woman. She shook me. She told me I wasn't real. And I thought, what if she's right? What if these floaters have changed what I am and I'm not real anymore? So the whole premise of floaters is floaters are not just the vitreous gel in your eye accumulating clumps. They are instead invasive parasites that slowly take over your mind and turn you into either an enabler who's trying to get other people's floaters to activate, or a homicidal maniac. And this story kind of documents the tale of one man's development of the floaters and where it ends up leading him. And I wrote it as a one-shot. It's a 28-page book, but I wrote it as a one-shot. It was something that was just kind of a therapeutic way of getting out the nerves that were just destroying me in that hospital waiting room. If nothing else, it kept me sane for that 17 hours that I had to sit there waiting for surgery after surgery. So this was my way of just kind of coping with the emotions that I was having and writing it into this really kind of gruesome horror story, because, if in the end, a good horror story can always take your mind off it. But I tell people, if you think of the Smile series, there's no origin. We don't know where the smile comes from. We don't know when it will end. We just know that it moves along. The same is true of floaters. So the people who develop the floaters, it affects them until the floaters are stopped, and then they'll move on to someone else. And this story, we get to see how the floaters move through multiple people.
That's cool.
That is terrifying.
It reminds me of like a Junji Ito story.
Yes, and that was my basis with this. That's why we're doing a black and white version, because I thought, this feels like a Junji Ito kind of thing, and they have these heads that come out of their eye, and I thought that's very Junji Ito. You get these eyes the eyes turn black and a head forms above them, and once you see that head, you've lost all control of yourself, and you're now being controlled by the floaters. And Dan Schmidt did the art for this. He does if you've read his books, Worms Crawl In or Worms Crawl Out, you know that he's the perfect guy to do something on this horrific level.
Yeah,
And
that's actually back to black and white version. I think that's fantastic for horror books.
Yeah, and I told him we got to do it, and I just made sure it wasn't too difficult for him to letter. But I thought it's, you know, a horror book looks great in black and white, but I don't want to take anything away from Maya's colors. They are beautiful, and anyone who backs the black and white, I will send digital copies of the black and white and the color to them so they can read it in either version, but you can hold the black and white one in your hand. It's going to look really cool. It's going to be on one of the sketch covers, so it should end up looking great because Comics Wellspring does great sketch covers. So it's not going to be an actual sketch cover. It'll be printed on that, but it'll be on the same paper stock. So I anticipate a really good looking book with either version. And then we also have a foil version, a hollow foil version that Fish Lee did the cover for. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. And it's something that I'm happy to have a one shot because everything else is daunting 24 issue series that are on my table. And here you got a one and done read that you can read.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that was super cool. We're going to be getting onto our next panel in a moment, but Ed, if you want to sign us off, let us, tell people where to find your podcast and, what's going on.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning into Saturday Morning Comic Talk. You can find me at Finish Line Comics on all the social media. That includes YouTube. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. We do 2 weekly shows. One is completely about music, nothing about comics, although comics always manage to sneak their way in there. The other is Saturday Morning Comic Talk, which you're watching right now. If you're new to it, please subscribe. I will get the link real quick to my YouTube. And if you wanted to follow that, I would appreciate it because it's slow going trying to build a following, and any follows are greatly appreciated. And yeah, let's let everybody else tell us where you can find them. So Jesse, where can we find you?
At my house usually, but online I'm easy to find. Just look up Dinosaur Entertainment, Dinosaur Comics, Dinosaur Dev, whatever. We're there. Teamstrike.com.
Perfect. And where can we find you, Brian?
So social media, you can just kind of look up my name on like Blue Sky Threads, but I mean, I'm kind of active on those. I'll think, you could also subscribe, I guess, to my Substack, which is Fractured Heart Productions. That's kind of like my own kind of like thing. And if you want to follow me on Global Comics, just look up Fractured Heart Productions or Rolling Squid Bones, my publisher, and you'll be able to even read my the first 40 pages of The Wretched on Global Comics from either one of those locations. But yeah, you can follow me there, and you can follow me on Substack as well.
Perfect.
So.
All right. Thank you. And then Greg and Dylan, where can we find you besides right here, right now?
Sweet.
SeerNovaComics.com.
And Ink Volume 1.
Yeah.
What's it called? The QR code up there for our Kickstarter.
Yes. Hit that QR code. I backed that. I backed the Team Force, so I have backed all the projects I'm following and just waiting for Brian's project to drop. And thank you all for tuning in to Saturday Morning Comic Talk. Tune in on Wednesday at 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern, where we're going to be talking about Susie and the Banshees album, Juju. Should be a lot of fun. Bring your Doc Martens, put on your black, and let's talk some goth queen.
Cool.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
You too.
See you.